Good evening. Um, I was talking about a certain thing, and I ran out of room on my camera. So I want to finish talking about it because it's important. Not saying that y'all haven't done it or have done it, I don't know. But as you can see, that food is being put in containers and put on a ship, which is out on in the ocean. And a lot of people, wherever you hear they're saying there's a food shortage. Well, there's not a food shortage because there's food. It's just not in the stores. Well, there's some in the store, but they're getting slight. They're getting, well, they're not delivering food. And then the trucks, um, I don't know if they're going on strike or they're losing their jobs or what, but there's something going on with the trucks. First, there was a ship that was stuck. That's what they say. But the ships couldn't get to the grocery stores or get to the places where they deliver the food. But what's going on is that you got certain rich people who buying up the farmland, buying up the seeds because they want to make this GMO food, um, so that they can control what we eat. There was this one man. He had dug, a big hole, or huge, and he had to dump all his potatoes in that hole. So that could have been food where he could have just let people come get it, but he buried it. And this is what people are doing. They're getting rid of food by just letting it waste. And um, so what I was saying earlier is that we need to start getting trees while you can, because they'll probably start stopping that too. Um, Even if you live in an apartment, you can get the dwarf trees and get pots, plant pots, um, and get you some soil and help, like in the springtime, put your plants out on your balcony if you have a balcony. Uh, but you can plant it inside your house. Inside your apartment. If you don't have a balcony, if you have a large window or have windows, you can put your trees at the window, as long as they can get some sunlight. And right now I got mine in the garage. I brought a plant light and a small heater, and I got, but not all of them. I just got some, especially the youngest one. The older ones are still outside, but um I put straw leaves on top of it, and I just, well, they lived through the winter last year. 'Cause I brought them last summer, and some of them did die, but not during the, yeah, some died during the winter. I had like about 4 banana trees. They died, but I brought some more, so that I put them out in the garage. Um, what else? Hmm. All my berries, but not all of them. I think I still got like elderberries, but like my blackberry, my raspberries, my golden raspberries, they all died. Um, but next year, I think I'm gonna know how to make them live, because they take a lot of acid. So you have to get acid soil. Now I'm just putting them in regular dirt. Um, what else did I have? Kiwis. I brought kiwis 3 times. They died each time. So I got to figure out how to keep my kiwis alive. Um, I did have a fuyu persimmon. I thought it had died, but it came back. So If for now on, if they die down, I'm just leave them, keep them, and leave them in the pot and see if it'll come back. Because that food that's the dog snoring. She growling in her sleep. Um, if the as long as the root is alive, it'll come back. Cause I threw away a lot of stuff. Some of my seeds, I had brought up a lot of seeds, and they might have would have came back. That's what we've been trying to do now. Figure out how to get on the root and grow. Um, I brought a lot of seeds. I just pray that they don't die on me. Um, and pray that my trees live that's in the garage and the tree that's out still outside. Oh, I didn't want to grow a garden not long as I'm here on this land. I'm really worried about my trees. I had citrus trees. They were so pretty. They were doing so good. And I left them outside one day. It was cold, and I brought them in, and it just started. The leaves just started falling off, and it just dried up to nothing. But I still got the root of it outside. So I don't know if it's gonna come back or not. If not, I do have a one citrus tree that have supposed to have 3 different types of citrus on it. Then I have cool, some of the tiny little oranges. They look like little oranges. It's sweet. I brought some of those, and we rooted the seeds. But the thing I was talking about, when you grow from seeds, um, when it do grow, it won't be like the tree it come from. Like if you have an apple and you take the apple seeds and root it and grow it, and it grow into a tree, it's not going to be the same type. It's not going to be the same tree as the mother tree. But if you take an air layer, like you take there's okay, up under the top there, there's a green layer up under it. You cut around it, and just so you can see the green layer, and then you take like a soda bottle, a plastic bottle, and fill it up with dirt and put it on that part where you cut, and let it root. Let it root from there. That would be the same as the mother tree. I've seen people do air layer different ways, and so that's what I probably try to do with some of my trees. Try to air layer so I can get that exact same tree. Um, so that's a good way that we could, I didn't do as much canning that I need to do. I do have some canning, some stuff stored away. But I'm gonna do some more. I want to get me some frozen fruit, which I do have some in the freezer. But I'm gonna take that frozen fruit and make a syrup and can that until my trees grow, so that I can have fruit. And I have been wanting to take some butter and melt it and can that, because when you make, they got a name for it, ghee. I believe it's called ghee or something. When you melt it down and can it, you can actually cook with it probably better. When you just try to cook with butter, if you have it up a certain level, you have to keep it low or it'll burn. But this won't burn like that. So I may do some of that. I just don't have the room. I have the room, but I don't have the chef room. That's what I want to say. I don't have the chef room. And see if If I could get someone to come take some of them boxes, we got a lot of empty boxes out there. I could bake some room, and I still got stuff packed away. I can go through that stuff. You see, with all them boxes out there, like, you can't really do nothing. And it's hard to get people to do stuff for you. And I get tired of asking. I was burning them, but it's hard for me to burn them with these people shooting at my body. Um, but we can't allow these people to dictate to us how we eat. And see, it's going to get where, according to the Bible, which I do believe, if you don't take the mark of the beast, you won't be able to buy or sell. So you won't be able to buy food. You won't be able to do anything, because that's what they're trying to make it. I've been trying to tell y'all, our government works for Satan. They work for Satan. All these government agencies that's attacking us, these people work for Satan, and it's going to be shown at even the more at the end. Because if you don't take the mark of the beast, you won't be able to buy or sell. But if you do take that mark, you doomed. You'll never make it into heaven. I'm telling you, you will go to hell. I'm telling you what the Bible says. If you take the mark of the beast, whatever it is that is considered the mark of the beast, you will go to hell. A lot of people say that fix was the mark of the beast. I don't know. I didn't take it. But I do know people who took it said they're telling people, like contacting preachers and apostles and stuff, letting them know that when they had that fix, they can't hear from God when they was hearing from God. And when they implanted my brain, they stopped me from dreaming, and I can't hear from God the way I used to. Sometimes I get a vision. When I try to read my Bible, they put me to sleep. When I'm trying to learn something that I need to learn, they just put me to sleep. And I know I'm looking bad right now because I just haven't been feeling well today. They've been attacking my brain all day like crazy. They've been attacking my brain here lately, and my heart. My heart it's been hurting me all day, and my brain. And my stomach just all swole up. I just took my blood pressure, so it wasn't too bad. It actually, to me, it's good compared to what it's been. Cause my blood pressure, they had my blood pressure, and this was them that did it. See, when I try to tell people stuff, people don't want to believe. They want to think I'm over exaggerating and all this kind of stuff. But I'm telling you the truth. My blood pressure was 201. I think it was 201 over 107 or something. 10 something. Now you know that stroke level. The man that was living behind us was sending some type of wave hitting me in my neck. And when I got up, I said, I got to get up from here. Because I was sitting in a different spot than where I normally sit. And it was in front of a window. And he was sending that signal in there, and it was hitting me in my neck. And so I went in my daughter's room, and I told my daughter, so if I had a heart attack or anything, she'll know that's not no natural heart attack, that this was done to me. Because I don't want them to think something naturally happened to me when I've been murdered. And so when I sat on her bed, I was feeling so bad, I just fell over. And I just laid there, and I couldn't even move at first. When I first lay there, it's like I was like, I don't know, I was just stuck. And I started praying in tongues. That's the only thing I could think to do. I started praying in tongues, and I just prayed and I prayed, and I actually, as I prayed in tongues, I felt my strength coming back, and I just kept praying and praying until I had enough strength to sit up. And when I sit up, I laid on the floor because the people across the street was sending a signal in my daughter's window, and it was while I'm laying there, I'm being hit with people across the street. Not just the people behind us, but the people across the street with their car, because they'll have their car all the way across. This is what they do. They'll have their cars all the way across so they can get your whole house. And I could feel that energy hitting me. So I sat on the floor. I lay down on the floor, but then the energy was coming out from under the ground up through the floor. So what I did, I went and got in the bathtub. And I have this big mirror. I put the mirror over the tub on top of me like I'm in a casket. And I had put a pill in there, and I laid in that tub, because the tub was one of those a cast iron tub. And I fell asleep. I fell asleep after closing myself up like I'm in a casket. And when I woke up, I felt better. But they kept my blood pressure high. My daughter kept trying to buy stuff for blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. I kept telling her, this not the medicine. It's not that I don't need no medicine. I need these devils to stop hitting me with whatever it is they hit me with. So that's what I thought. Because I'm burning on the inside, I thought my blood pressure would be up, but it was like 140 something. Now this one here had 3 different things, so I don't know what that. Okay, it was 140 something over. I think it was 70 something. And then the blood pressure pulse was 90. So that was pretty good. Even though that 140 might be a little high, but that's good compared to 200 and 190, 180 something. That's how my blood pressure has been being because of what the people was doing to me. I had to check on my sister's feeding tube. Um, I'm trying to think what kind of plants. I know I want some berries. I love berries. If I could ever get them to grow. Because I had blackberries, I had raspberries, I had golden berries. What else did I have? I can't think of all the berries that I had. You know, they all died. So, you have to start early, because just in case something down, you can replace it. Because that's what I've been doing. If something died, I just buy me another one. I had some peach. Oh, Lord have mercy. My first peach tree that I brought last year, it bloomed so pretty this past spring. Because it didn't do nothing last year. None of my plants did anything but the little thing that looked like oranges. No, I'm lying. I did get some figs that first year. I didn't get nothing this year, though, because I wasn't using the right fertilizer. But that first year, I had little figs, but they said if you get figs, the first year you buy a plant to not to let it grow, pluck it off, so that your root will grow, and not so your tree will be more focused on the root and not the fruit. So that's what I did, but I didn't get no fruit this year. But I realized what I did wrong. I had fertilizer, but it was all just to make the tree grow, not to make it bloom and fruit. So I'm gonna buy some fertilizer to make sure when the spring come, I have everything in place. I just hope we be away from here. I'm ready to get away from here. I thought we'd be gone by now, but things hadn't come out. worked out in our favor yet. You have to say yet, because I think it's going to work out. Mm. So I was saying something, get an apple tree, a pear tree, and a peach tree, and you will have 3 fruits. Uh, I did buy a cherry tree, but it don't look like it's doing too good. Hopefully it'll live into the spring. If it live into the spring, it'll probably start back growing, because some little fairy things kept messing with my trees. Um, they just start eating at my trees, and um, I had a what kind of tree? My ice cream banana. I looked on my security camera. They was out there tearing my tree up, and it was so big and pretty. They just chewed it up. It's still living though. Lord have mercy. I got 3 banana trees. I got a chiquita. That's a dwarf. They don't get so big. That's the kind you can get and put on your balcony. Then I got an ice cream and an apple banana. I just pray they live through the winter. I pray all my trees live through the winter. Um, I had some other trees that didn't live. They tropical plants. And I had brought a bunch of those seeds. I had about 30 seeds, and they didn't do nothing. My daughter, she can make them seeds root. But for me, I did grow some uh, jalapeno peppers. I looked out the window today, and I'm seeing little peppers coming out there. But the dog, they were growing so pretty. Them dogs just tore my plants up. They make me so mad. They really do, because they just tear up stuff. They don't tear up my glasses. 2 pair of glasses they chewed up. My teeth. That was the craziest thing when I saw baby with my teeth. Because I had to get fake teeth because somebody was doing something witchcraft. I don't think I could call it witchcraft or voodoo or something. But they was attacking me in the top of my head. It felt like they were stabbing me. I mean, that thing would hurt so bad. It felt like somebody was standing over me, stabbing me in my head, and the pain would go all the way down in my teeth. And they think I knew, my teeth just started cracking, and they cracked all the way up to the root. And I had to go to the dentist, which I was afraid of. I didn't want to go to the dentist because I lost all trust in doctors. Dentists are doctors, and just how I felt I couldn't trust them, I couldn't. But I needed them roots cut out my mouth, and on both sides. But baby chewed up the teeth. She was going to town on them too. Because they would hurt my mouth, and I wouldn't go back to him so he can fix it. And so when I eat, I just take them out my mouth and I would eat some Kentucky Fried Chicken. And so I set my teeth in the box, and I went to check on my sister. And when I came back, the box was on the floor, but I had forgot about my teeth. And so I was in my daughter's room talking to her, and I kept hearing baby crackling on something. I looked out, she had my teeth going to town with them. Boy, I said, hey, she done chewed up. I mean, she chewed the teeth off the thing. But I don't have the money where I can go get no more. I wish I could get me those implants. Get the implants so I won't have to be taking nothing out of my mouth, and they'll be there permanently. But I don't have that kind of money. Because it costs at least $3,000 or $4,000 or maybe more. I did have some money saved up and let my family start borrowing money. That's one thing. When you saving money up for yourself, don't let nobody borrow. Don't let no. Cause when I started loaning them my money, it's like a curse came over me, and everything just started going bad. And one of them still I got two people still owe me money right now. It's been a year. Still owe me. That I can't get until they get it. But they could have done paid me something. At least make it look like you trying to pay me. But right now I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna get my soaps sold, because I know if I go out there and try to sell them myself, um, the GameStop are gonna be following me. And I don't have no license. See, that's how I let somebody put my other business in their name, and they got my business in their name, and then trying to take over, treating me like they my boss. Look, this my business. You not my boss. And then they didn't want me to create the things I wanted to create. They trying to outdo me and couldn't get it right. You just wasting up product. So this time I'm doing it by myself. I'm not letting nobody talk me into letting them join in. No, I just need somebody to help me sell it. Cause that's my passion. I got where I didn't even want to make no more. I just the way they were acting. Cause see, I wasn't making it just for money. I was creating my soap because I just wanted to learn how to do it. This is my sister again. I'll be right back. When I was maybe in my 20s or 30s, this lady stayed a block away from me. She used to make lye soap, just regular lye soap. And she would make it outside in a wash pot. And I had stopped talking to her. I like talking to old people. When I was young, this is who I spent my time with, talking to old people. And sitting with them, they telling me their story. I reckon that's where I be telling my stories. And I had told her I would like to learn how to make it. So she told me she'll teach me, but I didn't never get a chance to learn because she had died. And so I seen them making it online, but not like how she was making it. Because they would just make that a big old hunk of white lye soap, but they wash clothes with it. Some people wash their bodies with it too. And um, I guess it kind of probably will dry out your skin or something. I don't know. But all soap is made from lye. You can't make no kind of soap, even the soap you buy at the store. So when I be telling people, you make lye soap, all the soap you buy at the store is lye soap. You cannot make soap without lye. It's the lye and the oils. When you mix the lye and the oils together, that turn it. And when you get it mixed up there together right, that's what turns to soap. You can't make any soap without lye. And unless you get that mountain pour, but see that got probably came from lye too. To get the um the mountain pour. Did I cut that? I'm boiling some chicken for the dogs. I got to make sure. I don't know if I cut it off or not. Okay. So, I guess today modern women, we do a little extra step to it. At least I do anyway. And other ones they do too. Some other ones. But that's how I learned how to do it. But when you make the soap and you get it where it's getting thick, you add your color, you add your scent to it, and you add your additives. And see, that's what make your skin. That's what make the soap moisturize your skin. The additives, and so that's what that extra step that I do. I put my additives in it. I buy quite a bit of additives, stuff that's really good for the skin, and I put it in there, and then you put it in the mold and let it sit for they say let it sit for 24 hours, but I don't. I be so ready to see how it's gonna look. And but at least to the next day. But sometimes, cause I only have one mold, so sometimes I make a mold of it in the morning, and then once it gets stiff, real stiff, I take it out and leave it in the paper, and um, and then I make another one, so that I'll be made two in one day. What I need to do is, if if I really am gonna go into business, I need to get me another mold. But I love it. I just love making soap. Cause just to see how it turn out. Sometimes it don't always turn out right. I've had to remold it, especially if you have to know your scents, because some scents, like when you put the scent in there, and it just stiffen up real fast and be like uh, hot clay. It'll be like a big ball of clay. So you have to put it in there really good, and it still turn out good. Still be good. And I've been buying my scents here lately. I've been buying my scents. I got a lot of scents. I think I need to buy another um what you call them things? Shelf. They're not shelves, they drawers that you put your stuff in. I think I'm gonna buy another one so that I can, cause I have a lot of scents, and I got my colors. I haven't brought any new colors cause I already had a lot of colors, and I just want to make sure my soap smell really good, and I want to learn how to make shampoo, make conditions. I was looking into um, stuff that you can tighten up your body with, because I need it. You can make this like a cream. You put it, but the stuff that you put in the cream to help tighten up your leg, your thighs, and your body and your neck, all that kind of stuff. That's what I want to get. I just want to get into things like that, and I don't have a problem with teaching somebody else how to do it. I just don't want nobody trying to boss me around. And that's what was going on. Like, I don't have, look, I was already making this. You the one come in and want to get involved in my business, but I'm not involved in your business. And I'm not gonna let you boss me around. So I just quit making it. I hadn't made no soap now in 2 years. I won't giving out my recipe. Cause she could put everything in her name. I trusted her. I won't do that no more. And you just got people who will manipulate you. And me trusting, because I couldn't put, at that time I couldn't put it in my name because I get set income. But I really won't selling my soap, making no money, because I didn't even really, whatever I sold and made, I had to put it back in products. So I won't making no money. I was losing money, tell you the truth. Because the way I make my soap is very expensive, because I know how I want my skin to feel. Because I don't always put on lotion and body butter and stuff. And that's what another thing I want to make, some lotion. I make body butter, but I want to make a lotion so it won't be so thick and oily. Because body butters are kind of oily. Even though I put stuff in it to cut some of the oil, but it's just plain butter with some liquid oils in it. And this is stuff that you can do to help, when they want to break us. We can't allow them to break us. We can't allow them to force us into slavery, because that's what's going to happen. If we can't help ourselves, we'll be in slavery to them. So if you got your own trees, where you have some food in the spring and summer, then you can take that and can it up when you have food over the winter. Buy you some big bags of flour. I got a big bag of flour in there. Start doing it now and get you like a 5-gallon bucket, food grade bucket, and store your flour in it, so make sure no rats or nothing get into your stuff. Like put it in the freezer first before you, either way, get you some bay leaves and put it in the 5-gallon bucket, so the bugs won't get in there because they don't like bay leaves. I got a big thing of sugar. So this is stuff that you have to do. Do it now while you can still do it, while you can still buy it. I got plenty of rice. I may need to just start buying stuff because I got children, I've been telling them to start buying stuff and storing it. Well, because they say I'm always talking. I'm always talking because they don't listen. They don't listen to me. And see, I don't want to be trying to help them eat and then I run out of food. So there's some things I made. I've got plenty. I got a bunch of beans, rice, flour, and sugar. That's what I brought a lot of that. I did buy a lot of noodles, but I don't cook with that. So I might need to store up on that too. So we got to eat now too. And it just, I've been thinking about, should I buy me some Lord? I don't know about that Lord, because I used to cook with Lord, because that Lord made some good biscuits. It give your food a good flavor, but it's not good for your heart. But I don't eat that much fried food no way. I fried some food, some chicken. Was it Sunday? First time I fried some in a while, because I was craving it, but I didn't want to cook it. I wanted somebody else to cook it. So I won't get nobody else to cook them, so I did it myself, and it was good. My granddaughter had told me about. She works where they cook chicken, and she was saying this lady came in, she wanted hot sauce and honey on her chicken, so I tried it. It was good, but my chicken period was good though. I had it seasoned just right, because I like to taste salt on my chicken. I don't like chicken that don't have no taste to it. And then my daughter, she gonna go bake do the same thing. My daughter always, she's like that, try to outdo you. But it didn't taste like mine. I ate it though. It was tastes alright, but it didn't have enough seasoning on it. Because I'm the type of person, once my food is done, I don't put nothing else on it. So I want it seasoned right while I'm cooking it. Because that's what I'm going to do for my oxtails. I got me some oxtails. I love my oxtails. And I like for them to be like I like them. Seasoned good and not too salty, but seasoned just right. So I'm trying to think, do I want to cook that for Thanksgiving? Or cook it some other time? I don't know. Because I wanted to can me some, so I have it, I have it in the future. But those oxtails is high. They anywhere from $19 to $20 or one pike. And somebody was saying they used to be real cheap. But they sure ain't real cheap no more. I might need to just buy me some um, Nate bones. I like to eat barbecue Nate bones. I don't know why I'm sitting here talking about food because I'm gonna stop telling y'all about the trees and stuff. But barbecue Nate bone, I had quit buying ribs and I started buying Nate bones because there was a place that we could get them. They would be so meaty, and I put barbecue sauce on it and red bell pepper. I remember this guy. It's been years ago. Did I have any? I don't even know if I had any grandchildren then. I don't think I did. I don't think if I did, I just had one. My daughter was pregnant one. Cause my oldest daughter, she's like 26, granddaughter. I don't even know if she was born yet. But he came to the house. It was Thanksgiving, and I had cooked this big meal. I always cook a big meal. That's what my daughter told me. You cook too much. I can't have it because that's what I'm used to. He told me I don't eat no Nate bones. I said, well, okay. And he told me I let him taste it, and then he wanted some more. I said, oh, you don't eat Nate bone. My sister said, with your wide bite, you raised up on Nate bone. Them Nate bone be good if you barbecue them. Um, don't boil them. I don't boil mine. I barbecue. I put barbecue sauce on them and then let it cook. And as it make the grease, I pull that off and then I re-barbecue it. Put my onions and red bell pepper. I like to put red bell pepper. I might put a little bit of green on it, but I like red bell pepper and purple onions. But I ain't cooked no neck bone. I don't even know when the last time. It's been some years. Been years since I cooked neck bone. It's probably been 7 years. It probably has been 7. Cause I've been up here 7 years, and I don't think I cooked neck bone since I left from where I was living. Cause we lived right across the street from a grocery store. Then we moved on the east side, we stayed on the south side. I could walk to the store, and I did a lot of walking back then. A lot of walking. That kept me small walking. So I don't even get out no more. These people steady putting this hot energy in my body. Well, I reckon I done talked enough. But y'all start getting you some seeds, and if you just take one or two seeds and just to see learn how to root or seed. They the word they got for that. But anyway, you take it and put it in a paper towel and wet it, and then put it in a Ziploc bag and set it on either in your windowsill or put it on a heating pad. Um, they have those plant seedlings that's like a heating pad, and you probably get the right temperature. Cause I was gonna get me one of them. Cause that's what I was just using, a regular heating pad. And my daughter, she got a like a massage type of heating pads, and it did better than mine because mine didn't do nothing. My heating pad didn't do nothing for it. So before it get too bad, then you'll learn how to make your own garden. And you can have your inside garden. You can have a garden, as long as you got a window, one of those sliding doors that you can put your plants up there to it. In the spring, at least in the springtime, if you got a patio, you can do it. If you don't have a patio, do it in the house. Well, we got to do something. 'Cause they're getting where they, being able not to have certain things in the stores. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Because they keep trying to sell food shortage. There wouldn't be a food shortage if you put the food in the store and stop putting it out there on the ship on the ocean. There where the food at. And it'll probably end up rotten unless it's like a freezer. Okay, let me get off. Maybe next time y'all see me, I'll be looking halfway decent. I'm just feeling good today. They really trying to give me a heart attack. I mean, my heart is really hurting. But I ain't going to no doctor. My head hurting right up in here. I done took some Advil 3 times today already. And it's still sitting there. Because they attacking me with this hot energy. And it clings to you. It just clings to you. Okay.